Hi friends, Alice in Wonderland here, and welcome to my bathroom.
This is my cat Odin. She loves hanging out with me in the bathroom. She likes to look out the window and watch me in the mirror.
We are doing some facial massage today. This is something that is quick and easy that you can add into your regular face washing routine. Depending on how long you want to do it is how much extra time it's going to take. If you want to just do 1 minute, then just do 1 minute. So this is something that you can add into your regular routine that you're already doing every day. And this is something that you can do throughout all stages of your facial routine. So you can use these massage techniques on your face for when you're putting your face mask on. You can use these massage techniques when you're taking it off. You can use these massage techniques when you're putting on your cleanser. And you can use these massage techniques when you're taking off your cleanser. You can use these massage techniques when you're putting on your moisturizer. You can use these massage techniques through every stage of your regular facial cleansing routine. The only thing that I'm going to add into this that most people might not already do, as you can see, I've covered my décolletage and the front of my neck here. I think that this is something that is important to incorporate into your regular face routine if you're not already. So including, this is going to be massage techniques on your chest muscles, light massage techniques on the front of your neck, as well as light massage techniques on your face. So let's jump into it.
Before we get started with the actual massage techniques, I just wanted to throw in a couple things here that make sure that your facial routine is good for your body and making it more luxurious. Other than using the upward strokes that you see me doing here as I'm putting on my cleanser, another really nice luxurious thing to add to your normal routine is to use a warm face cloth and just press it onto your face. It really adds a relaxing spa-like treatment, and it only takes a few seconds. This next one is a big one for me as a massage therapist. Do not hunch over the sink. Make sure that you are rolling your shoulders back, squeezing your glutes together, and hinging at the hips while you're washing your face in the sink. This is also important to do while you are putting on your makeup or anything that causes you to lean forward while you're looking in the mirror or washing your face. Okay, now that we've got those basic things out of the way, I'm just grabbing my moisturizer here, but like I said earlier, you can do this with your cleanser as well, or whatever product you're putting on your face that needs to be rubbed in. For the sake of this video, I end up having to apply extra just because it started to dry out because it was taking so long to instruct the techniques. But you can just use this with your regular amount product that you usually put on your face.
So once we've kind of got a layer on there, I like to choose my non-dominant hand and place it on the center of my forehead. I'm pressing in and then pulling up. This feels so good, and it's actually like, if you're doing this in the morning, this might not wake you up that much. So I'm just pressing down and then lifting up. Slowly gliding up. I continue the upward strokes on my forehead, and I kind of switch to 2 fingers as I get down by my temple. And I'm again pulling up, pushing in and dragging up. Focus on my breathing here. I switched to either 2 fingers or 1 finger. I'm gonna use 1 for the sake of this video. But I start at the temple and I'm pushing up with 1, down with the other. And I do this all across my forehead a couple times. Once I go all the way across this way, then I'll go back the other way. This is called an S-curve massage technique because essentially you are creating an S with your skin here. You can add more moisturizer, but I find just the what you've used, just your regular amount, is going to be enough, and combined with the oil of your skin, it's going to be enough to continue the glide and continue the massage. So now I'm just placing my finger, I'm using my middle finger, I'm pushing up or pushing down, like putting pressure, and then I'm gliding up while maintaining the pressure, but kind of slowly releasing it as well. This is going to help clear out your sinuses. As we get down towards the eye, you want to switch to your ring finger because that's your least dominant finger. And again, we can push pressure. You can do just some compressions in this area here, or you can glide as well. I find that it's really nice to glide, especially if you have blocked sinuses. So I'm pushing down and then gliding and kind of slowly releasing. I'm going right along the top of my cheekbone as well. Some people like to go all the way around, circles on the eyes. And then I continue to go down. I'm away from the eye now, so I've switched to my pointer finger. You might want to use 2 fingers. And I'm going along the cheekbone. We're making funny faces now. And then pulling up towards the temple. So I'm again just putting light pressure and then dragging down and around and up. Down and around and up. And I do this a couple times, but my main focus here with the face massage is along the jawline. This is where a lot of people have TMJ problems. I find one of my favorite things about massage is finding specific parts on the body where it seems like it was meant to be massaged because your hands fit like a puzzle piece into this specific body part, and the cheeks is one of them. So I'm using the edge of my thumb and along my palm, and I'm simply putting it on the side of my face, and it fits perfectly in between your cheekbone and your jaw. Like, you will find it's like your hands just fit there. It's like a missing puzzle piece. So this you're still not using a lot of pressure, but you can use more than like what we've been using so far. And I'm just doing circles.
This is the masseter muscle that we are focusing on here, and we're basically massaging in between this muscle. This is the muscle that's responsible for chewing, but it's also the muscle that gives us problems with TMJ. I've also found an increase of tightness in this muscle since the pandemic started, whether that is stress related or mask related, or both. I'm not really sure, but this is a really important muscle to focus on when you are washing your face and incorporating these massage techniques.
So basically we're just massaging in between that muscle. I'm going to show you with my thumbs. And you can do this with your thumbs too, but I really find that the broad pressure feels really good here, and it's kind of better for releasing. Especially if you do have a lot of tension in your jaw, going in there with like a small circumference, like a thumb, is kind of like it might make it like seize up a little bit. So you will know like what feels good to you. I'm putting pressure up here and then dragging forward. You can do circles to lift up and then down around. And you will feel that tight jaw muscle just kind of like loosen up. And notice that like I'm keeping my mouth open a little bit, so I'm not like clenching at all, you know? Oh, this feels so good. After I've kind of used broad pressure, I'll go in with my fingers, and I kind of like, I'm not putting like one particular pinpoint here. I'm kind of like, I don't know, like moving around on my face like this. This is also something that feels good, but I'm just kind of like alternating my fingers. For me, it's more closer to the jawline where I have a lot of the tension, so that really feels good. When we massage along the attachments of the muscle, I really just felt a big release there. If you want to go in with deeper pressure with your thumb, you can try. And so I'm just pushing in and then dragging towards the center of my face. This is going cross fiber on the muscle, meaning like the muscle has these fibers in it and they are vertical fibers. So we are taking our thumb and dragging along cross fiber against the grain, and that is I find that going cross fiber kind of creates more of a relief. So now, once you feel like you've worked enough of your jaw and the top of your face, I'm going to go into my neck here. Stand on my tippy toes. I put my moisturizer on like this. I don't know if that's weird. But I put it on like this. This is not like a recommended technique. This is just how I do it. But this is, I want to elevate my head like I'm looking up. And I'm doing very light pressure here. You are really going to feel the tension in your neck along your jawline here. So I'm really not putting that much pressure because this is a very sensitive area. So be mindful of how much pressure you're doing. I mean, if I were putting too much pressure, it would affect how I'm talking and everything. So I'm just doing a few strokes up, but really it's the attachments that I want to focus on here. So I just kind of, I'm using my pointer finger and my thumb finger here, and this is going, I'm just pinching along this area. The thumb, like you are really going to feel the tension all along here. This is like all of the neck attachments in the front. They are so tight. I try to keep my head elevated at this point because everything we do all day long is with our head down. So I'm trying to massage along, and even as I run my finger over it, like you can see it's like rubber bands, like plucking rubber bands as I'm going along here. But I like this pinching technique because it like, the rapid movement kind of stops it from being so tense. When we're doing this kind of thing, you're really just like striking a rubber band, you know? So doing this like rapid movement here really makes a difference. So as I move down, I really don't want to do any like massaging techniques on my neck other than the lifting up. So I'm going to keep my head elevated, and I'm going to push down on right below my clavicle. You can see my clavicle bone is right here. So I'm putting pressure below it. And I'm starting with one side, so I want to bring my face down, or bring my neck down, or my head down. I'm putting pressure below my clavicle, and then I'm tilting my neck up. And once I get to a point where it's stretched, now I'm going to pull down on this hand here. And you will feel, even as you're, like when you put pressure here, I sometimes I use a fist, sometimes I use a flat hand. But when you're putting pressure here and you lift your neck up, you feel the muscles move underneath here. And that's when I start pulling down. Because I've gotten to a point where I feel like this feels like a stretch. And then I pull down to create more of a stretch. And then I'm going to do it on the other side. I'm just putting pressure, and then I'm elevating my neck and pulling down at the same time.
I just want to point out that this is a really sensitive area for most people. We are covering the throat and getting closer to the heart chakra. So this is like really where we protect a lot of our energy, and a lot of the tension in this area can be emotional or bring up things. So you'll notice that I'm focusing on my breathing a lot here, making sure I'm taking deep breaths and exhaling, and just allowing things to release as they release.
It does kind of feel like easier to pull down with this muscle while you're putting pressure on this muscle. So we're kind of working together in this sense. The pecs is also usually a very, very, very tight muscle on people, and I just put pressure in and then drag. And because this is an awkward position, it's nice to have the hands help each other. So I'm putting pressure on with this hand and pulling this way with this hand.
Pay attention to your positioning when you do this. When you're pressing down, you kind of see my shoulder roll forward a little bit. So as you're dragging, try to be aware of rolling your shoulder back as you are dragging. Kind of in the same way we were doing with the neck, where we were shortening the neck and then lengthening it. Do the same thing with rolling your shoulder forward when you compress, and then rolling your shoulder back as you drag. Here's a look at the pectoralis major muscle, just so that you can see where the clavicle is, where the arm is, and the sternum is in the center there, just so that you can kind of see what we're working with here.
Now that we're down into more muscular tissue, you can really put like a lot of pressure. Most of us have most of the tension right where the shoulder connects. Like you can see my shoulders are rolling forward. So by massaging the pec muscles, you are allowing your shoulders to roll back and assist with that posture. So I do this even if I forget to wash my face for the night. I do this before I go to sleep at night, putting pressure right near my armpit on both sides, and then I pull down.
This movement is mostly focusing on the pectoralis minor, which is located underneath the pec major muscle. So it's a lot deeper. It is the one that is the most tight and sensitive on almost everybody. This is also a really sensitive area emotionally, but also physically. There are nerves and arteries that go through the armpit and under the arm. So just if you are feeling any discomfort, to lighten up the pressure.
I also add some trap squeezes here, but we will do a whole video on the neck another time. But this is also, since we are already here, to just, well, I'm kind of grabbing and then pulling forward. Grabbing and pulling forward. Grabbing and pulling forward. Okay, so just to recap, the main techniques are we're putting pressure on and dragging up. So we're putting pressure on and slowly dragging up. Putting pressure on and slowly dragging out. Putting pressure on and slowly dragging out. The slower the movement, the more relaxing it will be, and the faster the movement, the more stimulating it is. So you might want to do something more stimulating like this in the morning, and then do your slow effleurage at night, so that you are calming your nervous system down, increasing that circulation, getting movement and blood flowing so that it can do its job and clear out all of that cellular waste, whether that is actual like dirt within your skin, but it's also our muscles do break down and rejuvenate every now and then. So they have these macrophages that come in and eat dead cells so that your muscles can build new cells and encourage new growth too. So my three recommendations adding to your regular facial routine is checking your posture, using a warm washcloth, and then adding a little massage and making your regular everyday boring mundane routine and making it a little bit more magical and a little bit more therapeutic and calming and relaxing. Let me know what you think. Are you interested in more videos like this? I've got lots of other massage techniques for, we've got hands coming up, we've got arms coming up, and we also have legs coming up. So let me know what you think and if you've tried this out, and we'll see you next time.
Hey guys, I just wanted to take some time and show you this image so that you can get a visual of how much is really going on in your face. We have a lot of muscles there, and believe it or not, most people do hold tension in their face, whether or not they realize it and recognize it. So my intention with this video is to give you something that hopefully you're already doing, giving the power back to you to take care of yourself, incorporate some self-care into your everyday life. A lot of times massage therapists won't focus on the face just because it takes up time, and there's so many other parts of the body that we want to focus on. So unless you're getting a facial or specifically ask for TMJ or face massage, then you're probably not getting it, even if you're going in for regular massage. But for those of us that can't go in for regular massage at this time when the world is so crazy and groceries are 3 times what they normally are, hopefully this is something that anybody and everybody can do every day to treat yourself, because you deserve it. Love yourself, take care of yourself, and thanks for hanging out with me in Wonderland.
The number 1 massage technique for your face stay hydrated. That's also more of a workout to do, to try to sip through a straw when you have a face mask on.